We are go for liftoff in T-minus 30.
Hit the record button.
Gosh, that's swell.
It's a Rose Blog Talk Radio.
Hello, everybody. This is Italo with Italo's Black Talk Radio, and I hope you're having a wonderful day, wonderful evening, whenever you decide to tune in to my show. And today I have the honor of talking to two of my favorite people in TikTok. It's Joaquin and Stacey Loper. I hope I'm pronouncing that well. But yeah, Stacey and Joaquin they're always making me laugh. Stacey's always cracking jokes, but in reality, for those that are not familiar with them, they are pretty famous on TikTok. They have a lot of followers. They have like over 2.3 million followers, which is like, what? I can't believe. I'm barely getting into the K's, and you guys are in the M's. But I'm very excited that you guys are spreading your message. They are both counselors. I learned this today that you guys are both counselors. Joaquin, you're a marriage counselor, and Stacey is a grief counselor, which is interesting. But anyways, guys, without further ado, I give it to you, Stacey and Joaquin Loper. Welcome to the show.
All right, thank you for having us.
You're welcome. And thanks for taking the time.
Okay, I can't pronounce it. I always get it wrong, Victor. I'm so
Say
sorry.
Victor. You can say Victor. It's okay.
Okay.
Let's just take our mask off. That's fine.
We are so
That's
glad
fine.
to be on the show with you. Thank you so much for inviting us on and for just giving us this opportunity to speak with you today.
Of course, yeah. I'm actually having the best time right now in TikTok because not only am I interacting with people in TikTok, but I'm getting them to call me on my podcast, and I'm so excited. I already had a few people, Jeremy and Calvin. Calvin, he's from, anyways, I forget. He's from Georgia. Then I have another guy from Robbie Cornelius from Self Mastery Radio. I have the best guests. And I'm like, I can't believe you guys are calling me. So it's like, I'm so excited.
Awesome.
Well, man, it is our pleasure. So thank you.
Yeah. So anyways, tell us a little bit of your story because your story is very interesting. I thought you guys were just cracking jokes all day, and that was cool to watch. But when I watched you on your live, when you went live, streaming online, I actually got a lot of it when you were interacting with your followers and the questions that were coming in. So, but tell us first of all your story, like how do you come about having this website that you have and having this brand that you're building or you already have built? Tell us a little bit about it.
All right. So I usually let Joaquin tell this story because we were sitting in bed talking one night, having an issue with a family member. And, it was just becoming so frustrated. And my husband was like, just get off the phone. Joaquin was like, get off the phone, Stacey. Get off the phone. And when I got off the phone, he says, I want you to know something. He says, we're blended and winning. And when he said that, I was like, okay, talk to me about what you're thinking. What do you mean when you say that, when you say blended and winning? So I'm going to let him tell you a little bit about what he meant that night and how it really transitioned and manifested itself into a brand for us, into a ministry where we have built this thing on being the change we want to see in faith, family, and marriage.
Yeah, well, at the time we were really coming out of a real bad place in our marriage, and we were learning, growing individually and as a married couple. through a lot of things, and we were a blended family. And a lot of the issues we were having were dealing with, like she said, certain family members and the issues of being a blended family. And I've been thinking about this and contemplating and praying about it for, a few days at that time. And I just told her, I said, get off the phone. I said, we're blended and winning. And I really just meant that despite what was going on in our life, we were going to win, regardless. Mm. And we were going to do it together. So blended and winning it just stuck in my head. And when my wife asked me to explain it to her, I was like, look, we're blended in everything. We're blended in our finances, our love, our family, of course, our children, every single thing that comes along with the marriage and us as individuals coming together to be one as a unit. It was going to be blended and winning. And it was up to us to make it happen. And, man, that's the way it came about. And she asked me to explain it to her, and we kind of had an hour or two discussion about it, and she was like, I love it. And we started noticing that it wasn't just about us. It was more people out there, and they didn't know how to come out of it. They didn't have the resources. They didn't even have the unction to get the help they needed. And it wasn't going to come from it wasn't going to come from TV. It wasn't going to come from superstars. It wasn't going to come from inside of their family. It was going to come from regular, normal people like ourselves. And that's how we came about.
Right. You actually said something interesting because you're right. We don't, for instance, if you watch on TV, you're watching the Desperate Housewives. Well, that's another show. But I mean, it's the Housewives of Atlanta, Housewives of Beverly Hills, and the reality TV shows that you see. And they really don't focus on the issues. They just amplify the issues for ratings.
Yeah.
Yep.
And there's never a resolution to the problem. It's like there's never a resolution. I mean, I do watch. You have to be really selective on TV, anyways. Like I'm watching Young Love, Fix My Life, or different shows that I'm coming to appreciate that really focus on the issue. And it's really few of them. There's not many shows like that. So when you guys went on your live and you had a discussion about your marriage and what happened, and I was really interested because I was like, this is actually something that people don't do. It's like a taboo. It's very taboo talking about, you know what I mean? Like something very intimate that is supposed to stay within your it's not supposed to go out for the world to see. So what was the decision to do that? Because that takes a lot of guts.
So our decision to do that was, so the Bible verse that says that we overcome by the words of our testimony. So, Victor, our whole thing was being the change that we want to see. See, we want to see marriages be successful, be happy, be united, more of a united front than a great divide. And so we see that and we hear that well too often in our reality TV shows like Marriage Medicine or Love and Basketball or your Housewives of Atlanta. You see more of the great divide than you see the united front. Okay? And that's what made us say, you know what? We need to really just be us, be who we are. And just we can't fake that. We have to be genuine. We can't fake. If we weren't happy, we couldn't fake it. Yeah. Not with our personality. No. We just couldn't. So what you see is basically what you get with us. Yeah. Now, our intention when we went on TikTok was not to become TikTok famous. It was not for the world to see us and to compliment us on our marriage or our family, period. We actually were just bored. Yeah. And we got on TikTok and I started irritating and annoying Joaquin like I always do.
Let me correct you. Okay. She got on TikTok, Victor. I was not a part of the decision. Yep. I just happened to be thrown into it.
So. Well, it couldn't be any more perfect because both of you are, when Stacey comes up with, behind you in the Home Depot, and you're like, what? Oh my God, what? Let me tell you a joke. Come on, real quick. And it's like, it's the most inappropriate moment to be telling a joke, and that makes it funny to me. And then watching your reaction and just how you laugh, it's like hysterical to me.
Yeah. One thing you will find out quickly about my wife, if you ever get a chance to meet her, once she sets her mind to something, you need to go ahead and let her get it out of her system, because she's not going to let it go. So when she comes in with a joke and I'm like, Stacey, not right now, she'll be like, no, I'm going to go and tell it. So it's going to be told one way or the other. So you might as well just go with the
I can see that. I can see that you have very your personalities are not, pun intended. You're not blended in the sense that you're not like I've been in different relationships where I kind of like mimic the person I'm with, and sometimes I talk like them, or I act like them, because I wanted to basically blend in with a person, and that is so wrong, because I realized that I lost myself in the relationships I was with. And so when you guys come on and I show that your guys are very opposite sometimes, and that makes it great. You know what I mean? Like, it makes it, she's an extrovert. I don't know if you're an introvert or not, but I think the combination of both makes a great combination, I think.
Yes, and Joaquin he can be both. He can be an introvert. He's very, he's an observer. He likes to sit back and take in the information, take in the atmosphere, where I walk in the door and I'm like, here I am.
Yes, she is.
That's like all of me.
Right. Hear me roar.
Yes, she is.
No, and actually there's a word for Joaquin. There's a word for him, because I thought I was introvert. I didn't know whether I was extrovert or introvert. But there's a word called ambivert, which means you're both.
Oh, really?
You can actually turn it on and turn it off. And so there's actually another, spectrum. In the spectrum of introversion or extroversion, there's actually a middle part, which is actually where you're supposed to be. Yeah. So you're good.
Oh, well, I'm far from that.
Yeah, you far from
it. That's okay, Stacey. We love you.
Yeah.
So,
thank you.
Somebody has to. Lord have mercy. But
I have a
thank
question
you.
for you guys.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh,
One more
sorry.
time.
Go ahead. No. You tell me first.
I didn't hear your question.
Oh, yeah. Well, I didn't ask you. I didn't ask you the question because I interrupted.
I thought he asked a question. My bad.
He said, I have a question for you, babe.
Oh, man. Well, please go ahead, Victor. This is your show.
Thank you. So, okay. So the question is, I heard you guys say this. I don't know if I heard you guys say this, but you said, I think it was on the live or somewhere. You said divorce is not an option, and that stood out to me. And I need you to go into it, because it kind of reminded me of what happened with Will Smith and Jada Pinkett, where that's what they say. Even, you know how they went through this controversy about a month ago or something, where, how the Red Talk. So everybody has been shaming Jada and supporting Will. Anyways, I have my opinions about that, but I would like to hear what you think. Why is that important that you deliver that message? Divorce is not an option.
Well, for us, when we took the vows, up under God's covenant. Like I told my wife, I said my vows to God first and her second. Thing about it is, we're going to be married and happy.
Yeah.
We're going to be married. I'm talking about truly happy.
Yeah.
No entanglements. No sleeping in separate rooms. No just sticking together for the kids. No, we are truly happy. When you see us happy, we're happy, not for show. This if there were hidden cameras in our house, you all would laugh 24/7, because this is us all the time. 2 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, 12 in the evening. This is who we are. And we just believe that we can work through anything, and we're not allowing anything else that's going to hinder us being happy into our marriage. And we're continuing to grow and to love each other. Now, other people may have other examples or meanings for their not getting divorced, but we are just blending, winning with God, and from that point, we're gonna stand on His word, and that's what we're doing.
And so to piggyback off what Joaquin said, when we talk about divorce not being an option, is Victor, you don't know or understand our glory until you know our story.
Yeah.
So I come from a family, an entire family of no marriages. I didn't see marriage when I was growing up. So I didn't know what marriage looked like. I didn't even know what being a wife was or what that meant. Okay, so that's why third husband. Joaquin is my third husband, okay? But I truly feel that Joaquin was made just for me. And so for us, divorce is not an option because we don't want it to be an option for our kids. Yeah. See, it's all about building a legacy. It's leaving an empire behind that shows not just our children, not just our neighbors, not just our community, but the world that there are happy marriages, successful marriages that last and that are built on strong, effective communication skills, that are built on morals, that's built on strong character, that's built on trust, honesty, that ability to truly be transparent with the other person. And when we talk about divorce is not an option, when we were at our darkest place, my husband could have very well said, I'm done. And he would have been in the right, Victor. He could have. Because I stepped outside of our marriage.
Yeah.
I stepped outside of that door that I should never have stepped outside of. And my husband will tell you every day of the week, all day long, he'll tell you, I stayed because something wouldn't let me leave. I kept hearing, be still and know. Be still. And that's when we knew that our marriage was our marriage, and it was not going to end in divorce. Like I tell everybody, yes, this is my third marriage. And the next person that's going to have him is Jesus. He is mine until Jesus calls him home, okay? So, and the same for me. I am his until Jesus calls me home.
Yes,
so,
yes, she is.
But despite what we may go through, we will never, now I do have to say this, we won't ever walk through infidelity in our marriage again.
No.
We've been there, we've done that. It wasn't good for us then, it's not good for us now.
Yeah. And when you really, well, and I'm going to speak for our situation.
Yeah.
It wasn't worth it. You know, when you think about why you do certain things, when you add up the pros to the cons, it's really not even worth it. I can't see myself raising our kids without my wife. I can't see myself trying to build another marriage with another woman to get to know another woman the way I know my wife again. That's too much work. And I may not get someone who actually mesh. Yeah, I may not get someone who actually mesh with me the way my wife does. And then how would I feel then? Because there are very few women that I have met that I can have the fun like I have fun with my wife. And there's nothing and that's saying nothing ill bad about other women that I've dealt with or met. It's just something about my wife that we click. We make it work for us.
Yeah, Victor, I'm one of a kind now.
Yes, she is. Yes, she is. She is special for real.
She is. Yeah, she is. I love what you guys laugh at. It's hilarious. But no, it's actually good to hear that because, like for instance, they were like I was saying earlier, they were jumping on. You know what I mean? They were actually like I'm talking about Will Smith and Jada, right? Mm-hmm. And how everybody when Jada admitted what she did, even though it wasn't the best way to do it, saying that it was an entanglement or whatever, and avoiding the question. I think I believe there's a lot that they have to deal with. In my opinion, it wasn't the perfect time to come out and say it. But anyways, the point is that why, you know what I mean? Like, how can you be judgmental if you haven't gone through what they went through? And so it's hard for,
Absolutely.
you know, I don't know if I'm making any sense.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, one thing I've always been I'm really leery of. We pray about how we speak about certain things and who we speak to, because a lot of people can't receive where we're coming from because they haven't been there, or their minds are not mature or open enough to hear what we're saying. And everything that we're saying and the advice we're giving is in love. Not trying to tell people what to do, but just giving them advice the same way people had to coach and counsel us through our dark places and help us grow as individuals to be the husband and wife that we need to be. Other people need that as well. But one thing about our marriage that I think stood out, and I'm going to piggyback on what you said about Jada and Will, a lot of the stuff that she and he said at the table came across as if they had never talked about it before. And one thing about our marriage, my wife and I, we over-communicate. We over-communicate. We don't let things get big anymore like we did in the beginning of our marriage. Now if something bothers us, we get an understanding about it right then or as soon as possible. And after 9 years of, after 12 years of marriage and after 7, 8 happy years, we still get counseling to this day if we need it. We still get tune-ups. We still get tune-ups just to make sure we're not going down a bad road or we're not growing apart. So
actually, that's interesting because a lot of people would think if you're going to therapy, they would assume that something is wrong with you in your relationship.
Anyone, if they break their leg and the doctor says you need therapy to get your leg back right, would you listen to the doctor? Or would you just go home and try to do it yourself?
No.
Some things you can't do on your own. Some things you need help getting better with. And if you're not, as an individual, mature enough or too prideful to say, well, I don't want help, then you can't expect to come out of something you don't know how to get out of.
Yeah.
There's a stigma, especially I'm going to speak to the black community. I know growing up, I heard going to therapy and going to see counselors and stuff would meant you're weak or you're crazy or something like that. And we stood on that. But I was at a crossroad in our marriage. It was a lot like, look, I'm going to exalt every possibility to make sure that we work. And counseling was the best thing that we ever did for our marriage because it not only saved our marriage, it made us grow up as individuals, which that is what really saved our marriage, us growing as individuals. Because we could have easily made our marriage work for the next 3, 4, 5 years maybe. But if we never grew as individuals and saw how to really die to ourselves and grow as who we need to be.
For each other, oh, man, our marriage still would have came to an end. Yeah. And that's what it's about. It's about looking at the man in the mirror.
Taking ownership.
Yeah, it's about ownership. It's about accountability. It's about being responsible for you first, And so we had to become selfless. We really did. I had to become selfless to self, and so did he. And now my main concern is making sure that Joaquin has everything that he needs in this marriage.
And vice versa.
Victor,
in this day and time, we don't see a lot of healthy marriages in front of our faces. And on top of that, we're not taught how to be husbands or wives. I always tell people, you don't have to teach me how to be a man. God made me a man. I can't be anything else but a man. But I need help learning how to be a husband. And I need to be around other strong men and strong husbands that have been through some things that can put me in check or give me advice. I need to be mature enough to understand that the only person that's going to make me a good husband for my marriage is listening to my wife so she can build me to be the husband that she needs me to be. I can't be the husband like somebody else in their marriage. I need to be the husband that my wife needs me to be. And my wife needs to be the wife that I need her to be. Right.
Yeah, because actually that's interesting because Like I've been writing a lot of things as you're talking.
Okay.
And so I'm like, that's a very. Anyways, I'll tell you guys later. But like I wrote, for instance, well, the last thing I wrote is role model for husband. Like we don't have a role model except for if you go about TV shows like Cosby Show, which is probably not the best right now, but Cosby Show, Brady Bunch, like that's that kind of. I don't know if that makes sense, but I think we don't have any role models. Yeah, I mean they're role models, I guess. But yeah, we don't have a real role model. Like we don't have a real life couple that is, you know what I mean? Like they don't. I don't know. I haven't seen that on TV. I haven't seen a reality show. I don't even care for reality show, anyways. But like a therapeutic, that would be a great show, actually. Like I would. I'm a theater producer, but if I was a TV producer, I would have you guys in the show like right now.
Yeah.
Hopefully somebody's listening. You guys. Yeah.
We've had people reach out to us about TV shows and stuff. Now, I told my wife the closest we'd probably come if we started our own like YouTube channel or something like that, just to give people a glimpse inside of our house. But doing a TV show will really go against what we're about, because a TV show is really going to be pre-written and screened, and that takes away from who we are.
Yeah, that really takes away from who we are. Yes, yes, it has to be authentic. It has to be genuine. We can't be scripted.
Yeah.
You know, we really can't.
Yeah.
It's like, look, the producer would be like, look, Stacey, I'm gonna need you to follow this script. And I'm like, I can't.
Yeah,
I just can't, because this is so nuts.
Yeah, it'll be like Joaquin when he says, "Get out, get out."
Yep.
Cameras
Yep.
here.
Exactly.
Get out.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh my
you're right.
gosh. Mm-hmm.
And who'd ever thought, Victor? Who'd ever thought that? I've been telling this woman to get out of my house for a long time.
Yeah.
She's still here. But who'd ever thought that it would take off the way it did? Now, people are like, man, the joke isn't complete till you tell her to get out. And it's so natural to me, because I'm always telling her this, that, everything happened for a reason, and it happened at the right timing for us, because this is just who we are.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But what's funny, Victor, is what's funny is my wife wasn't this way in the beginning. My wife was not this way in the beginning. In the beginning, my wife was so well put together and so bougie. Well, she's still bougie, but so well balanced and business professional. And when I first met her, I used to tell her all the time, baby, you need to loosen up. Just have fun. I just want to have fun today. We ain't got to be perfect. Just have fun. And lo and behold, if I ever would have known that she would be this way, I don't think I would have told her that.
Yeah.
Right.
You can encourage her.
Because when she finally let go, let all her walls down, and now she's truly happy in who she is. Oh my God, this is 24/7.
Yeah. And our kids love it.
Oh man,
our kids absolutely love it.
Right. Actually, how old is your oldest? I see she's so much like you. I'm looking at your pictures on your website. But by the way, the website I'm looking at, if you guys want to follow, when you're hearing this, is blendedandwinning.com, and they have a great picture here of their family, and I can tell who's who. Like I can tell the two boys and the two girls. So your girls are from your previous marriage, right?
Yes, they are.
Okay. Yeah, and she's just identical to you. She's like your twin sister. You look so much alike.
Yep, that would be Megan. That's our 21-year-old.
Okay. And the youngest is how old is the youngest?
17.
No, so the youngest girl is 17, and then you have Maddox and Landon. Landon will be 11 Wednesday.
Yes, this
he will be 11 Wednesday, and Maddox is 8.
Yeah, he is 8.
Okay. So that's good. Any more children on the way, or have you decided to close the factory?
We closed the factory down.
Yeah, we closed it down.
Yeah, we closed it down. But we have thought about adoption.
Yeah.
We would love another child. If we could have had another child about a year ago, we would have.
Yeah, we would have.
But yeah, I would love another baby in the house. I would.
Ooh, Lord.
So how's the quarantine, guys? How's life after COVID?
Life after COVID is amazing.
Yeah.
Never in a million years did we ever think that the world would know us, that we would be a household name, to be honest. And it's humbling. Yeah. It's very humbling.
Yeah, we desired it.
Yes, we desire to be a true example of marriage,
yep.
And what that looks like, to be grounded in marriage, in faith, and in family. We've always desired to be that, but never in a million years did we think it would manifest itself.
Yeah.
You know.
When it finally happened, it's like,
yeah,
wow.
When it has finally happened, it's like, wow, I can go to work now, and I can walk into one of the doctor's offices that I serve in, and they were like, oh, my God, Miss Stacey, it was really you. It was really you. I'm like, oh, my God, yeah, you're talking about TikTok. And they were like, yeah, we saw you on TikTok. We know the real Stacey.
Wow, yeah, you're a celebrity, guys. You guys are celebrities, because I always see you on my YouTube page. You're coming on, and of course I follow you now. But and so yeah, whenever you guys are on, and you have like so many people turning in to see you, you know, like when you go into the live, usually there's like 6 people, 10 people, and you guys like have hundreds, or, you know, sometimes K's, and I'm like, okay, I can get a word in. So that's why I invited you guys to talk podcast. How can I get him to talk to me?
He said, I'll just email them. When we got your email, I was trying to ask you something on live, and I just couldn't get through.
Exactly. I'm like, you know what, let's have another, topics to talk about. Yeah, because, you know, sometimes, like, and I heard somebody say this too, because they were making assumptions of this person that I hope I have him on my podcast too. And he has this, I forget his name right now, but anyhow, Shaquille. So Shaquille, he makes these videos about, you know, what do you expect when you go into an African American cookout? So he was telling me, he's like, you know, a lot of people are coming on hard on me because they're criticizing me, and they expect to know me in a minute video. They expect to know everything about me. And how, you know what I mean? Like, how do you expect to know a person in a 1 minute, less than a minute sometimes, video on TikTok? You can't. You know, even, and I told him, I'm like, you can't, because I don't even know myself. Like, I've changed so much since the last couple of years. I don't even know myself. Yeah. Sometimes I'm learning new things about me. So how can people know about you? You know what I mean? Yeah. So I think it's better to expand, and the lives are amazing because you guys get to talk more, and people get to know you better.
Exactly. Yeah. And we always tell them there's no question that they can ask us that we won't answer. Mm-hmm. We will answer anything that people ask us. We are an open book because we feel like it is truly helping people. And we're not perfect by any means, and our kids are not perfect either. They aren't. But we've learned to truly blend our family and win at this thing.
Yeah. And grow at it. Mm-hmm. This is the thing with with TikTok. Everybody is always looking through their own lens and not understanding that other people have a different lens of the world. Mm-hmm. My house is not your house. My upbringing is totally different than your upbringing. So things that I can see, you can't see. Some things that you can see, I can't see.
Right.
And even sometimes if we can see the same picture, it's still going to be painted differently.
Yeah.
True.
So, some of this, we've been criticized.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, you've been criticized for what?
Yeah, we've been criticized for some of the jokes that we've told, and I'm like, they're jokes. But this is the thing. I told my wife, I said, I understand that some of the jokes may reach somebody a little differently because of what they've been through in their life.
Yeah.
However, the way our jokes are delivered is just that, a joke, not being malicious in any kind of way. They don't know that some of the jokes individuals in our families that are going through or have went through some of the same things in our jokes. So they can never be personal or trying to be malicious or vindictive. No, they're just jokes, because at the end of the day, we have to live with, accept, and grow through the things that actually have come about in our lives.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, and then, somebody will always find anything offensive.
Yeah, you're right.
I learned that the hard way too. Like anytime I do a theater production or poetry, or if I share something, then somebody will always get offended by anything, by everything.
Mm-hmm.
So why not do it? Well, just be yourself, and hey, out of 100, one is going to complain. Hey, that's 1%. So, but yeah. Anyways, what do you guys tell us about your services? Because we're coming. I don't want to go over the time, but you have counseling services, or what do you guys offer to people that are looking for your help?
Okay, so we offer marriage coaching and couples coaching. And couples coaching is for those who are needing premarital counseling, or they've been in a relationship and they're trying to figure out what's next. What do they do? And they just really don't know. There's some hesitation there. The marriage coaching is for our individuals who are married, who are struggling in their marriage in any shape, fashion, or form. That can be financial struggle. It can be a struggle communicating. It can be a struggle getting over the past, or getting over some things. We offer grief counseling as well, which is one of the our most requested services is grief and personal coaching. Grief counseling goes a little bit more in depth than personal counseling does, because grief counseling takes you back to when you were a child, and it walks you back up to right now, to the present. Okay, so to help you resolve any emotional distress that you still have, because that emotional distress you're taking into every relationship that you build from the first moment of hurt, the first moment that you experience that emotion. You're taking that into every relationship that you build if it's not resolved.
Yep.
And then personal coaching is helping a wife understand who she is in her marriage, because she feels like she's lost herself. Personal coaching is helping, men and women walk through life where they are right now in the present, how they're feeling and why they're feeling that way, and helping them get a clearer view, helping them smoke clear on what is the vision, what is their desire for themselves, for their marriage, for their relationship.
And who they are.
Yeah, and
who they are. Being comfortable with who they are and not trying to be others want them to be.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Being comfortable in your own skin and who you are, and finding balance in the marriage. Yeah, because I think that's the biggest thing with us. Do you agree?
Oh yeah, finding balance in the marriage.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Sometimes men think they have to be so macho and have to have all the answers, and sometimes the answers lie right in the mouth of their wife, or in the brain of their wife, because she may be stronger in that area that they're trying to figure things out. And sometimes men just need to learn how to look. I'm still the man, but she has better experience in this than me. So let me allow her to do this.
Yeah.
Let me allow her to lead in this area.
Mm-hmm.
That's what a good leader does. If I don't have the experience in this a certain area, and you do, you take the lead on this.
Right. That's cool. Yeah, you have to. You have your strengths. Each one of you has your strengths, and you're probably good at grief, or you're probably good at counseling, or you're probably good at. Yeah, that's great. That's great, because I actually haven't been to therapy in a long time, but I actually think I learned so much more with my current partner, because he has taught me so much that I had no idea, and I don't have to pay him. It's just great. But he's helped me. He's helped me grow in a way that I couldn't have done it with and that, I'm not knocking therapy, but I'm just saying that there has to be a connection. You know what I mean? There has to be a connection between the patient and the counselor and the therapist.
Yep.
So maybe I didn't find the right match, I guess, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's good to, and I love talking to people. So yeah, I think that's my therapy.
Yes, talking to people. I know it's definitely my therapy, honey. I love talking to people, as you can tell. So.
Yeah. You have a you don't have a do you guys have a podcast, or you have just your YouTube channel?
Just our YouTube channel.
We're actually we want to start a podcast, but we're just praying about it and just we're waiting for the right timing. If we do it, it's going to be the right timing, and it's going to be when we have more time to really get into it, because a podcast takes time. It takes time, and it takes you having the time to do it. And right now, we just don't have that.
Well, if you need any help, let me know. I can. I don't know. Well, I've been doing it for a while, but I don't. They have a new thing now where you can just take it to one place, and it goes to Spotify and iTunes or Apple, or it goes to all the different places. So I haven't done that. So you guys are going to listen to this on YouTube. Okay. But anyways, guys, we're coming down to the end of the show. I do want to thank Joaquin and Stacey Loper, Blended and Winning. Now it makes sense, because it didn't make sense at the beginning, but now it does. Now you can find them on TikTok, which is that's your favorite platform, isn't it? TikTok?
Yes, it is definitely our favorite platform.
Yes, it is.
Yes, at that Loper lady.
That Loper lady, right. So you can find her. Anyways, I'm going to post all the information below. So if you're listening to this, make sure to check them out. Make sure to go to TikTok. If you don't like TikTok, you're missing out. But I understand if you don't want to get into it. But yes, please check them out. And once again, thank you both for giving me a couple of your, more than a couple of your minutes to talk. And I hope to have you again, or maybe I'm in your podcast soon. Who knows?
Yes, absolutely. Yes. We would love it.
Where are you located?
I'm in Los Angeles.
Okay.
Los Angeles? Oh, cool.
Yeah. And you guys are where? I forget.
We're in Alabama. We're in Birmingham, Alabama.
Alabama, okay. I hear it's hot over there, so yeah.
Yes,
keep your AC on, right?
Isn't it hot there too?
It's super hot here. Yes, we have the AC.
Yes.
Just last night it cooled down, but it's been hot every day, 100 and something, 102 or whatever last week.
Wow.
So yeah, it's been pretty hot. Yeah. Anyways, guys, once again, thank you. I have to wrap it up because it's going to cut us off. But I want to tell everybody to please subscribe, like, everything you want to do. Not only me, but also I'm going to link your YouTube channel to mine. And anyways, guys, you didn't see this. I just want to say you didn't see this coming, because that's my phrase. So you didn't see this coming.
We are go for liftoff in T-minus 30.
Hit the record button.
That's swell.
see that coming.